Welcome ladies and gentlemen to the second week's recap of the PUBG Mobile Pro League South Asia Spring Season of 2022. This is Super Johnny. I'll be your host for the show where we will discuss some of the best teams that we have seen this week, some of the best plays, and also we will talk about the top players. So without wasting any further time, let's get this started. Before I talk about the top teams, let me remind you guys, this is in no particular order, but the first team I want to talk about is Esports. And why? Because this week they secured their very first chicken dinner, which was very impressive to watch. And not just that, they also secured their second one as well. So $2,000 in the bank for Esports, and they've managed to be very consistent, still holding on to the fourth position in the overall leaderboard. At one point they had almost caught up to IHC, but in the next game IHC went on to win a chicken dinner, so the difference is still there. But Esports, the fight that they are putting up in the lobby right now is very impressive to watch. And up next, ladies and gentlemen, it's the lads that are trained to kill. T2K this week have been very impressive on day number 2, securing 2 chicken dinners in a single day, which was a big feat for any South Asian teams in this particular PMPL, as most of the time it was the Mongolian Titans dominating the lobby. But T2K have established themselves in the top 5 quite nicely and are right behind Esports. So it's going to be quite interesting to see whether they can finish what Vibes have started and break into the top 3 before the league stages are over. And this week, as we did see the South Asian teams improve quite a lot, specifically Nepal, well, the different competition between the Mongolian leaders of the leaderboard was on a whole another level. And Stalwart Esports have finally been sent to the second position, and Seal Esports are leading the charge, sitting on the first position with a massive advantage for themselves. And they did this by being very consistent in every single match. And I'm not just talking about consistently getting those placement points, but it's the elimination points where Seal Esports have put a main priority. And it is working out quite nicely for them, so hopefully they keep this going throughout the entire league stages. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be having a look at some of the best plays from this week, and starting things off, it's going to be an exciting clutch from Stalwart Esports action where he took down 2 players of Janmara in retaliation to them finishing off his teammates.
Yeah, they definitely do. And right now, Gunnar is just trying to spot on a few players. Samir is out there. No fear has been taken down, just like we said, and obviously needs to go for the revive. But looks like Action wants to take a few matters in his own hands as he has a nade. But he needs to understand, Johnny, that there's someone on the back lines that is actually just giving him adequate cover. And look at that nade! It was on the other side, but the splash damage actually took down one of the players. Action, he's on higher HP right now, takes on one more. Oh my god! Action is just, taking down the players one by one. Look at him doing really good.
Up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have an interesting chicken dinner win for Savage Esports in a game which should have actually been Vibes Esports' win. But this showcases why you need to keep in mind the proper positioning and proper prioritization of targets is important in the match.
Final 3 teams in this match. Elementrix, they are on the cliff, like barely on the edge. Stalwart Esports have taken a tumble down close to the shorelines, well, towards the beachfront, and Savage Esports, they do have the high ground, but the final blue zone is going to close in, and this is going to be very intense. It's going to come down to the split-second differences, Necro, out of these teams, and Liquid, any one shot connecting can change the winner of this match. Stalwart Esports, I want to know how many heals do those lads have on the lower ground, because if they have a lot of first aids, the nade being lobbed in the air is going to go for a toss. It's a Molotov, just barely missing Sus. So lucky, but not enough as Savage Esports find the pick.
They're finally moving in and trying to capitalize, and just like that, the final nail put in the coffin. Elementrix out the gate. Savage Esports, they got this win.
And up next, ladies and gentlemen, it is an amazing showcase of how you need to use those grenades inside of a game. And if your name is DE's Fragster, you definitely need to know this, because this time it was just the grenades this man used to instantly annihilate an entire team all by himself.
What is happening? Back and forth. Players are being taken down. Wow.
Well, let's see. I mean, the entire game and every single fight we've seen thus far in this match has been a complete back and forth, and we've seen a lot of third-party collision as well. But whoa! Frag boy definitely does deserve that name as tosses a wonderful fragment grenade.
Yeah, the nade is being cooked. Think about it, right? Yeah, as soon as you get revived, you might just be taken down. The nade is just there, but they're getting in the nade! Wow, Dead Eyes, guys. Today they are in a brilliant form when it comes down to the throwable.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will talk about the top performing players in this particular week. And starting things off for a slight and nice change, it is going to be Seal Esports' Wally, who's leading the charge in terms of the eliminations that he has gotten just in this week. And let me tell you, Seal Esports, they have been all about the aggression this time. So Wally, he's not alone in this list. He's followed up by his own very teammate, Leo, who's right next to him. So there is like not a lot of difference between these two. It's like 57 eliminations for Wally and then there's 53 eliminations for Leo. But how can Stalwart Esports be left behind when we're talking about aggression? Because action, he is a man of action and not much words apparently. This week also getting 53 eliminations, tying up with Wally and somewhat keeping Stalwart Esports in a close contention, close competition against Seal Esports in the overall ranking. And now with 2 weeks done, only the final week of the league stages remain. Make sure you guys are tuning in for the action on PUBG Mobile Esports South Asia's official YouTube channel. I'll see you guys there. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.